I'm not typing anything. I was watching a video.
I'm looking at porn.
Well, I hear that's what the internet is for.
And cats.
I hear it's really, really great.
Yeah.
For porn.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a fast connection. That way you don't have to wait.
Yep.
For porn.
I'm double clicking.
Can we get back to actual play, please?
No. No, it's going to be a whole podcast of just bullshit from the internet.
We are bullshit from the internet.
No.
That's right. This whole session is us just sitting around here talking about bullshit the entire session.
This isn't on Patreon, and this isn't the season wrap-up.
Actually, I thought that was every session that we do. We make bullshit up and talk about it.
You just don't want to have an episode because I suggested what we were about to do.
No, I said it before.
That's a really freaking good idea, too, by the way.
Yeah. That was.
I said it before. I give you props. Even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Yes, he'll give you props and then sue him away from you.
Accurate?
Have you been freed from the slave trade? Have they left you alone without resources? You may be entitled to wealth beyond imagine.
No, I just like to think, it's like, all right, Rhys, you've won this settlement. What are your terms? What are you asking for? It's like, oh no, I just want her to publicly announce that I was the one who came up with the idea to get the guard to do the singing message. It's like, you spent 10 million gold on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Money well spent.
That sounds about right.
I think I'm the number one lawyer in Hycosia.
No. You're number 2. So speaking of number 2s.
Still bullshit?
Yeah, we're still bullshit on the internet. Also, welcome to the Average Adventuring Party podcast.
It's a big old deuce.
Well, I mean, according to our Spotify Wrapped for 2022, we actually outperformed 97% of the leisure games category in terms of content creation.
Shit.
So,
That's pretty fucking impressive.
I'll take it.
What, you mean we can skip months of play and still do better than the other guys? What the fuck are they doing?
Producing quality content.
Oh.
Well, we
Bullshit.
produce content.
Yeah, we produce content.
Yeah. So we're the McDonald's of podcasts.
Not a sponsor, but if you want to be.
I mean, sometimes you just want McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean,
Cheap-ass burgers.
sometimes you need some shit in your ear, so tune in, guys.
We all know some of you listen to Creed.
I still have Creed CDs.
Also not a sponsor.
But
if
we'll
you,
pass.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, if you guys want to be.
Hey, but Creed, you could sponsor an F-bomb.
Yeah,
Just fuck Nickelback, I mean.
you could tell me to go fuck myself because I used you guys as a joke. I actually don't hate Creed, but
Yeah.
they were just the first band that came to mind.
Actually, at this
I
point.
actually enjoyed Nickelback.
I was going to say, at this point, if Nickelback wants to sponsor an F-bomb to all the people who use them as the butt of their jokes.
Hey,
we'd
we're
be
right here.
rich.
And if everyone that still has Rockstar stuck in their head wants to say F you to Nickelback, we'll do that too.
Sorry, it's my brother's ringtone on my mom's phone.
So, speaking of paying us to do shit, I really want to introduce a reward where you can pay us and we'll curse your dice, because our rolls here recently have been pretty terrible.
We do the voodoo on every single dice we touch.
As you do.
That's why Stephanie and Steve have to constantly buy new dice, because they just reach a curse maximum load and they have to switch them out.
I've been using the same die.
Me too.
Same dice this entire past few episodes. Actually, this entire arc.
I've pretty much been using one set in my single chunk.
That'll change as soon as something else catches your eye. That'll change.
I'm using new dice, quote unquote, for the first time in a long time, just because I couldn't find my normal dice bag. But
I buy new dice because they're pretty.
they still fuck me.
not because I need more dice to roll.
I think it's a mix of both.
Then I get tired of carrying them.
She keeps a lot of dice in jars.
They're pretty. I know exactly where they all are, too.
So what she's saying is she got tired of their bullshit and put them in prison.
These are virgin dice, never been rolled in jars.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It puts the lotion on its
You know how
skin
Mitt
or
Romney
gets
keeps
the
women in
roll
binders?
again.
Oh my
Nope.
god.
Nope.
Stephanie keeps dice in jars.
They're pretty.
Just a legal reminder, we here at the Average Adventuring Party podcast are apolitical.
I mean, it's a good joke regardless of... It's a classic. You know what? Anyone... That is not a political statement. That was just a really funny freaking meme.
You know, George Carlin, the end.
I mean, I don't know what it has to do with the rest of the episode, but it'll certainly help our SEO.
You know, the thing, if we were going to pull George Carlin into any part of our episodes, it'd have to be the rules of the road. Y'all?
The carpet master turns around, it's George Carlin.
No, it's the nun.
The nun turns around, she's also George Carlin.
Well, them's the rules.
Now what you're gonna have to do is...
Oh, Jay and Silent Bob, we love you. See, I'm name dropping.
Yeah, we're just...
Yeah.
Let's see, what's relevant? Oh, Clerks 3 is out.
Oh, yeah.
I
Isn't it Fat Man and what is their podcast?
Oh, Fat Man on Batman?
Yeah, Fat Man on Batman.
I actually don't think we can call out those. We
Okay.
might be able to.
Well, Kevin Smith, please don't sue us. I mean, we've already asked.
Big
Disney.
fans, big fans.
Yes, we are.
Big fans. Also,
I also wear hockey jerseys. I wish to lose as much weight as you did.
I was gonna say if any of the Viewist universe wants to come sit in on our podcast, I'll find a way to make it happen.
We'll do mouth stuff.
I'll sell somebody's kidney to get you a plane ticket down here.
He's got a whole closet full.
Closet Full of Organs sounds like a bad band name.
No, it's a great like metal grunge band name. Closet Full of Organs.
Turns out it's the other type of organ though, and it's like
it's a polka band.
it's got like Jimmy Smith in there. God rest his soul, and he's just playing like 6 different Hammond B3s at the same time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you open it up, it's just a closet full of dicks.
Wrong organ.
I don't know that we were talking about Richard Nixon, but it's tricky.
Just remember, next time someone asks you for a dick pic, send them a picture of Dick Cheney or Richard Nixon.
Or a dick. Because they cute. And small.
Small dicks.
You heard it here first, guys.
Stephanie likes cute small dicks.
Dicks.
She likes them so much she's got to say it twice.
Oh, you gotta get the name right. For the little
Just
critter.
flip them off.
Yeah, that happens
That's fun
anyway.
too.
At this point, it's happened so many times, I'm immune to it.
Right.
He's
So
not
speaking
wrong.
of people getting flipped off,
Oh, is that how this is going to go when Galdrien, who has, thanks to Jola, gotten
his first
gig?
paying bard gig.
his first fucking paying bard gig
On screen.
since he met the rest of his party.
It took how many years?
Hey, he was getting gigs left and right before he left the sovereignty.
I mean, you were doing fine before. This is your first on-screen gig.
Yeah, that's true. But we tried to get onto the Lunar Storm compound after securing the services of Creedy, who doesn't bear a grudge, and who is going to be helping us try to investigate Galdrien's father's death.
In the form of a
Rhys got
very cute
big
cat.
Date.
Yeah, Rhys is gonna fuck a giant. I'm looking forward to that.
Speaking of
giant.
little.
I think for Rhys,
Speaking of little.
there's not really going to be much of a difference. Like, either way.
She's right. Speaking of little, there were some brain cells used.
Yeah, Jola came up with a great idea to get us onto the compound by having us be hired to play a song, or for Galdrien to play a love song to the Captain of the Guard by Alexis, who was a former arena slave that she helped free. And he is, in a completely work-appropriate way, in love with his captain.
Oh yeah, and some dude got, blown apart.
That happened yesterday, apparently.
The party was nowhere near that man.
We weren't!
Yeah, for a change, this party was not involved with exploding a person.
So you guys get to experience what everyone coming in to clean up your bullshit gets to experience, is that at some point there was a guy and he exploded. And nobody knows anything else about it.
The great thing is, we don't experience the horror and trauma that we've inflicted on everybody else.
Oh, season 3 is going to change that.
Fucking jacket.
Yep. Ike just took his tie and jacket off. Yeah, so that's where we're going to pick up. You guys having been escorted miles and miles through the lunar storm compound by a very untalkative guard who basically stays 3 steps behind you with a crossbow vaguely pointed in your direction.
Trying to make a love connection.
And whenever you come to a branching path, he tells you which path to take.
So, Galdrien's got his lute all tuned up, and he's already put together in his head several different couplets, just in case. He's going to meet the guard captain first and try to, as quickly as he can, suss out her tastes, so to speak, and see which particular set of things that Alexis told him that he wanted to get across might be the most effective. So he's preparing that skill check in his mind.
All right. So at some point, as you're walking, there's a bunch of, like, you pass by some brush, some decorative bushes and things, and there's some crackling, like twigs snapping. And when the guard turns to look from the other direction, a small white cat bounds onto Galdrien's shoulders.
Oh, look, you've made a friend.
Galdrien reaches, gives a little chin scritch, and
It baps him on the hand.
what?
And then, like, we'll say baps him on the right side of the head. And then baps him on the right side of the head again.
He looks to his right.
And over there, off in the distance, is that house that Galdrien landed in front of days ago now? Where he
2 days?
Yeah, 2 days, where he met his father.
For a quantity of met.
Technically, met is best met.
At least if you're the GM.
Okay. It looks like this guard's still walking us.
Mm-hmm. He is guiding you somewhere.
Okay. Galdrien will sort of gesture with his finger towards there, and then gesture back towards the house.
Saiyna recognizes the house.
Yeah.
Galdrien's pointing you two to a house. A rather large house.
Do I recognize the house? Have I been there?
No.
What? Well, wouldn't they recognize the outside of it?
Mm-hmm. Well, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they weren't with us.
No, I mean, didn't it look like
No, but
the
what
brothel?
No. That was
It had mixed architecture.
Okay. It's been a while, okay?
Yeah, and since it's been a while, that house. So Saiyna was gone for a couple of weeks tracking Galdrien.
Mm-hmm.
That house was built in that time.
Mm.
That was previously empty land.
Okay.
So, hey, guard.
Yes.
That's a very pretty house.
Points.
I point to the house.
He's pointing at a different house, and when he sees you pointing at that one, he goes, "Oh, yeah, Sure.
What's the house you were pointing at?
He points at a very ornate, like crystalline structure.
Oh, yes. Well, that one is pretty. You know, this other one has like the mixed architecture and it looks really cool and
Oh, sure.
oh.
I
Okay.
think what my friend with a
Oh,
I have to be honest. I think my acquaintance there, what she was trying to be. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. I think Jola, what she was trying to say was that the commission that our bardic friend has seen has to be created with something that is familiar and really earthy and ties to the land that he's from. Does that sound correct?
Yes, I think that would probably make it a more authentic performance.
Under your guidance, we leave no sight from you. Would we be able to take a look over there and help him compose the ballad that
No.
Alexis? Oh, okay.
That area is off limits.
Why would that be off limits?
He shrugs and says, I don't know. That's the order. It's off limits.
Even to-
Maybe it's the slave's house.
No,
Did you think about that?
That's over there.
That's over where?
And he points towards the outer wall, some distance away.
Where are the orders coming from right now?
The captain.
And where does the captain receive her orders from?
Listen, I just fly around and shoot things when I'm told to.
Did you make anything explode?
No, that was one of the other shifts. I wish I had been there.
Did you hear anything about who that you're able to tell us? Were you able? Did you hear anything about it?
No, just that someone looked suspicious, and when they singled him out of the crowd, he started running towards the gate, so they disposed of him.
How often does that happen?
Like bombs?
Yeah, I wouldn't assume very often.
No, not very often. It's not good for business to explode crowds.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Unless that is your business, in which case it's very good for business.
That's true. It's true.
He's a lawyer.
So I have a question for you. I mean, it's kind of a unique position you have here. I mean, guard work, maybe not so much, but flying around watching things. How did you become a guard? Like, what brought you to work for Lord Lunarstorm?
Oh, my family was bred into it. And he points at like one of the other guards flying overhead. That's my cousin.
Yeah.
And he points at another one. That's also my cousin.
Doesn't it?
And that one's my cousin too. I think that one's my sister.
Doesn't it suck having to work with family? What if one pisses you off? You're gonna take it to the boss, and then have to, family gatherings. Now you gotta look at them because you reported Ore or whoever to the boss. Like that's difficult, isn't it?
It's a living.
Well, if you ever need legal representation, I am an approved Lunar Storm legal counsel. So if you ever get
Then you already represent us.
yes.
Oh, huh?
But I'm just saying, if you personally ever need representation,
Since he already represents you, couldn't he take us into that house?
No.
Yes.
Your courier's delivering something. And regardless, the no-fly zone kind of precludes us from going over there anyway.
yeah, absolutely. And I would never misrepresent why I was here to anyone. So
Oh, well, there you go. I like escorting people like you.
thank you. I like being escorted by people like you. See, everything works so much more clearly whenever everyone's truthful and honest. As I look over at Jola.
I'm just smiling at you.
Although, guard, you may want to pull her aside for a moment. She has been known to be a terrorist, and has worked counter to Lord Lunarstorm's interests before. We
And
could
also
wait right here.
towards Lord Lunarstorm's interests.
Listen, that's above my pay grade.
Okay.
What
Like
can
you
tell me-
want me to kill somebody, that's fine, but I'm not authorized to accuse them of anything like
What
that.
can you tell
Oh,
me about
have you
the...
ever been commissioned for a duel?
No.
What can you tell me about the captain?
Oh, that's her right there. And he points.
Galdrien looks.
There is a about average size, kind of stocky figure in armor. She's well built. Galdrien has seen blue dragons before. She has kind of ear frills and a long draconic face, more akin to like a gar.
Alexis knows how to pick a.
And
Hard choices.
in one hand, so she's got a shield strapped to her back that looks like it's made out of a blue dragon scale. And she's got one hand on a trident. And with her other hand, she has a soldier in plate mail, basically like by the front of his armor, and is just picking him up with one hand.
Well, how's the soldier look?
He looks terrified.
Let's listen to this.
She is berating one of these guards for his sloppy formation, and is telling him she has kind of a reedy, very pleasant whistling voice that she's going to put him in charge of cleaning all of the weapons, and then when she goes to sit him down, she just kind of like pushes him over so he sits on his butt, and he's having difficulty getting back up because he's in 300 pounds of armor. She says, "You know what? You're not even worth polishing the armor or the weapons. You are going to be on training sword duty." And she points at some of the trees on the edge of this. We'll say there's a barracks with a small, like, archery range and training ground. And she points at some of the trees and says, "Go cut saplings to make training swords." And whenever he, finally, like, someone helps him up and he goes to walk away, and she goes, "Without the armor." And he, takes off the helmet and starts taking off. She goes, "Come on, pick it up. Pick it up." And whenever he's, not doffing the armor fast enough, she just slaps him on the butt with her trident. And he starts just like shucking everything as fast as he can. And he's pretty much in his underwear underneath that. And he starts heading towards the barracks, and she's like, "No, like that." And he hangs his head and walks off. She turns to look at the rest of the troops and goes, "So, what did we learn about military formation and proper use of swords and shields?" And everyone just like snaps into perfect defensive posture.
So we had to shuck the padding underneath too.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
She goes, "Excellent." And then she turns, "Sergeant, you can continue." And then she goes to walk away.
Captain, may I speak with you?
She looks at the guard. The guard says, "Message for you?"
Yes. I know you are a very busy woman, but I've been commissioned to deliver a message to you.
She squints her eyes.
And since it is protocol for me never to let down a client, I must deliver it to you in person. Would you prefer for me to deliver it to you in private? So that we do not impede upon the training of the soldiers.
She, has very bird-like movement with her head, and kind of cocks her head and looks at you with one eye. "All right. This way." And she leads you over towards the barracks, opens it up, points at the other three, Saiyna, Jola, and Rhys, and says, "Are they necessary for the message?"
Not for the message, no. They are accompanying me as legal counsel, gesturing towards Rhys,
Oh, I know who he is.
bodyguard, gesturing towards Saiyna,
Saiyna bows.
and
I know who she is.
assistant, but not in the delivery of the music.
Yes, I know who you are, Jola Puddlefoot.
It's puddle fern. Not foot. Just
I think
saying.
right now it's Puddlefoot if she wants it to be Puddlefoot.
And for the record, this has nothing to do with who I am. I'm simply doing a job.
She eyeballs Jola a little bit.
I
Sure.
keep his calendar.
Okay, what is he doing next week?
And
He has another singing telegram.
She points at Galdrien and then points into a small room.
he nods and
Have fun.
She sets her spear and shield up against the wall and then walks in behind Galdrien and closes the door.
Saiyna's having a moment of being glad she has no mouth. To show off this strange smile because, oh my god, you guys.
Galdrien is very businesslike as he steps forward, and Galdrien immediately starts playing a very militaristic, like the kind of music that they had in the Caldera, where it was like the guards, they like war songs, marching music, and things like that. Bases it off of a lot of that, and he's going to try to put into words, basically carrying that she inspires him to be she inspires him to be even more attentive in his duties, and that she's won many fights and many battles, but the one that and that in doing so she's also won his heart, and that he will always fight even harder for her sake, as well as to fulfill his duty, and that basically like making it sound like he's very dedicated to his job and to his discipline, but that he now has something additional to fight for, and and Galdrien's going to just try to put all of his like watching her reactions in real time. She's probably very hard to read, but he knows dragons.
Yeah, Galdrien spent some time with dragons, so what I want you to do is make me a wisdom check for insight, basically.
You're gonna spend a reroll on that one. So I'm down to 2. Yes, down to 1. Fuck. Last one. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fucking. We're gonna go with 11 and can't fucking. Die's fired. Let's see. Oh, you said insight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can work with that.
Is insight considered a skill?
Yeah.
Yes, but you are not.
Am I nearby?
No.
No, never mind.
Let's see.
Took him into the other room.
5 plus 4.
Who's outside watching us then?
The guard.
Did the guard stay with us?
Yes.
All right, that's a 17.
Okay. She is very hard to read, and as you're singing, Galdrien notices she kind of like starts tapping her claw against the desk. In time with it, you're fairly certain that like you see her ear frills kind of start to wiggle a little bit, And like you've seen, how do I want to put it? You've seen dragons tend to express themselves not with, like humanoid expressions. Like they don't smile, they don't, like you can't really see their smile in their eyes, that kind of thing. But she's feeling something. And when you're done, she, sits there for a minute, says, well, that's very good. I liked that.
He gives a bow.
Who commissioned it?
I was not told whether or not I should reveal the identity, but there's no regulation against it either. I take it you approved. I want to make it very clear that this gentleman wants to be professional about it and understands that
That's fine. That's
someone
fine.
of his station cannot leave his station.
That's fine. I assume it is a soldier under my command.
Indeed, it is. It is.
So which one is it?
It is Alexis.
Lexus.
He is probably a new
Yes, T-boy.
T-boy. Yes, the one who does he fetch tea, or is there?
Yes, he always brings me tea. I hate tea.
He has a good heart. Probably needs to be more direct in his approach, but only.
Then here's what I want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
How much did he pay you?
How much did he pay me?
Yeah, Rhys, how much did you fork over?
100 gold. The silver.
100
I
silver.
was going to say, wow.
100 silver.
Interesting. Here, and she reaches in a pouch and hands you 10 actual gold pieces. And says, I would like to commission the same. You can tell him whatever you like. Human vagaries are difficult for me to grasp. Just end it with, you may meet me in my quarters to discuss the issue.
He nods and says, "Very well. I will make haste with your permission."
Excellent. And she opens the door, lets you go out, and then gets her shield and trident.
Right. Galdrien comes out and looking fairly pleased with himself. Says,
I could do this for a job.
I have been commissioned again.
Twice in the same day. Not bad.
I have been given freedom to
When you start saying that, the captain
speak
turns around and just stares at you.
to speak as I will, and to the recipient. And
I think you're wanted to be silent.
discretion. This was a different commission.
Yes, of course.
Galdrien is
Earlier.
lying, but
It is different from the one that you placed a moment ago.
I need to go back to the guards' quarters. I think I left something there. Or to the guard post where we entered.
But that's counter to what we're... Okay.
Gig's a gig.
You're making money
Whatever
here.
happened to my dad?
We do it
doesn't
for the
matter.
gig, Scott. For the band. For the band.
And Galdrien looks, does he still have a cat on his back?
Yes.
Okay, and
And when you step outside, we'll say it's your left side now. As start passing the road towards that house. Cree just baps you on the left side of your head.
I can't get over there with, an escort.
Hey, you like to lie, don't you?
Says the lawyer.
I don't lie. You, of all people, know this. How many times am I going to have to cover this for you?
Anyways, what is your point?
You're really good at lying and breaking out slaves and all those legal things my notes have shown. Have you ever had any health problems?
No.
Any heart problems?
No.
Do you want to?
I will note I did not ask that.
You're implying it, though.
Are you allergic to cats by any chance? Galdrien gives a little wink.
Oh no. There is a cat.
You're going to have to play it up a little bit more than that. This is a terrible idea. It's like, Galdrien places a hand on
Jola?
Jola's shoulder. And says, "This is to help with the plan. Okay?"
Jola's just gonna fall down.
I was gonna have
Eyes
Galdrien
closed.
do a little jab to the throat to inspire a coughing fit.
Oh.
Rhys would have volunteered.
Oh, that sounds like a medicine check if I ever heard one.
Yeah. With dexterity?
Yeah.
So that's a 21 on the die, or 21 plus
21 on the die.
21 plus 4,
All
so
shenanigans on that die.
25. Hey, I have a D28.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, Jola, when you jump down or you fall down, Galdrien is lowering you to the ground and has one of his hands just around your neck.
Oh,
How Rhys wishes that. But Galdrien is also being very careful not to actually
not to
cause,
actually hurt her.
like, the sort of thing where it's like, okay, you're going to be like, for like a few minutes, but you can still breathe.
Yeah.
He knows gnomes.
And
No gnomes.
the guard comes rushing over. And what happened? What's going on?
She's having an allergic reaction.
To what?
Some sort of animal. She's going into shock. We have to, there's no time.
I'm
To be
sorry.
fair, I hope she dies. But
I'm scratching all over my neck and
I think, guard, that would create a lot of paperwork, and I really...
The guard just takes off and just jumps into the air and starts flying away.
Any guards that are in the immediate presence? Vicinity?
Probably not.
Can we, try and slip into the bushes and head over to the house?
You guys will have to give me some stealth checks.
Yeah, I figured that.
Inspiration for everyone.
Are you going to leave Jola on the ground?
No.
I
I
was-
vote yes.
I
but,
would scoop her up.
Inspiration for everyone.
Not bad.
Oh, that's really bad.
would me being born in the enchanted forest help?
No.
Would tracker help?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool.
I say gambler. I probably had to slip away from...
D6. Everyone gets a D6.
That'll help.
Don't roll one.
Okay, so
you bastard.
Roll the one.
I rolled a 1.
But you probably didn't need.
No, I probably didn't.
would missionary help?
I mean, whatever position you...
I mean, we might just leave you there.
No, probably not.
No. I got a 13.
15.
I mean,
27.
It's probably good that I'm rolling low because, I'm probably hacking and coughing. Trying not to cough.
Yeah, I think.
So I can help you guys.
Sorry, I was a little too effective on that. You might have to stay here.
So, give me those totals again.
No, mine's 26, not 27.
Okay.
Oh shit! I need to do math. Let's see.
Did you two add your +4 for your level?
Yes.
Oh, no, I did not.
We also didn't add the +2 from her being nearby.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So,
Okay, cool.
That makes
28.
sense.
Ha, that brings me up to a 19.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
14 plus 2 plus 21.
Say, when did you become Ardith with your stacking bonuses?
Just had a whole bunch.
All right, so the four of you plus Kree are able to get far away from this spot by the time you spot guards flying overhead. The one guard lands and starts looking around, and then a couple of medics also land and start looking around.
Oh, I feel so horrible.
At which point, the one guard flies up into the air and blows a horn.
All right, inside we go.
Oh, this is horrible.
We should probably lie low for just a little bit because somebody had a brilliant idea to express interest in a particular building. So if I were a knowledgeable guard and I had somebody that came up missing, had express interest in a house, I would probably give it a moment to see because they would probably go and check that first.
Considering it was for his performance and he's already done with his performance.
Kree, can you go into the building and take Saiyna with you?
Kree kind of looks at you, looks at Saiyna.
Make it seem like you're trying to catch the beast that was causing. I think you're the least suspicious out of any of us right now, Saiyna.
Or maybe I should go because I'm a little
that's
bit
true.
smaller, and she could be carrying the wounded individual. Then we just got turned around.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All
This
right.
place is a maze.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean,
Go in there, Kree.
I'd much rather want her, but I'm less likely to be spotted from way overhead than.
I need you to go in, and I need you to find every single detail of. Commit it to memory. Everything you can about the
I
fire.
don't like this plan.
About the fire and the claw marks.
No.
Well, fortunately,
Not with him, no.
I have a notepad, and maybe I can even make a drawing.
No.
I'm gonna hold on to Jola and shut her up.
No.
Presses
Bad.
her throat again.
Bad.
No, hand her over the mouth.
Bad idea to send a lawyer in there because you realize if there is anything in there that could hurt the Lunar Storm family,
He will be
will
punted.
suppress it.
He will be punted across the city.
But you won't know.
No, he won't, because I will ask him honestly.
So,
But it
Okay,
I
enough.
represent the
Go.
lunar storms.
exactly.
Rhys,
so
go. Jola,
You
pretend that you're dying.
This-
You have a giant yellow hand clamping your mouth shut.
I'm trying to follow the cat.
And Galdrien's going to, has Saiyna is holding her house shut. Galdrien's making it look like he's doing chest compressions.
Great time to get to punch her.
yeah, Rhys takes off. Kree stays on Galdrien's shoulder.
such a bad idea. Horrible idea.
You got a hand over your mouth. You can't talk.
I'm thinking it. Yeah.
If I see anyone, I will start, like, if I see anyone approaching me, like a guard, I'll start calling out the names of my party. Anyone here? Anyone here? Like, maybe not their specific names, but I act like I'm trying to find where they're at now.
Yeah, so, Galdrien, are you pretending to perform chest compressions?
Yes.
Okay.
Make it-
When you're doing that, Kree baps you on the side of the head,
ow.
and then baps you again.
Look in the direction she's bapping me.
you can see Rhys zooming off towards that building.
What, you want me to go there?
And when
Did Rhys fall down the well?
when he gets about 3/4 of the way there, Rhys just slams into some invisible force and bounces off.
That was probably fun. Probably fun for you. What?
And you do hear just this very like hissy laugh come out of her mouth.
It's a no-fly zone. He can't get in there flying, can he?
She just looks at you, shrugs a little.
You think I'll get through?
Cree, you get some good kitty treats.
I'm like, can I push through the barrier?
Nope.
Okay.
Can you land and push through the barrier?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, if you
land-
land on the ground and try to push through, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Like you are performing the classic mime with an invisible wall, just pushing against it as hard as you can.
I'm gonna walk back to my party.
You're going to have to communicate with me, Cree. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. Are you saying that I can get in? Bat me once if yes, twice if no.
She baps you 3 times.
No fucking clue.
She's still a cat, guys.
Is that
Remember
a no, yes, or yes, yes, yes?
Or
is
a
it...
maybe.
She hops down and transforms back into a young girl. She goes, "You're really bad at this."
I said I was a cat person, not that I was a cat mind reader.
I don't know. I couldn't get in either. That's why I thought it was important.
All right. Then I'll try to
It's
get
the only
in.
building here that stands out.
Then I will try to get in, but you all will need to cover for me. Chest compressions.
Not Rhys.
Oh, trust me, I don't think you want them from Saiyna.
I can
I'm
be
sitting here
gentle.
Jumping on her, like, ah.
You don't have to be too gentle. And
Hey,
No.
hey, hey!
It should probably be
I
her.
am cramping her mouth shut still.
then
That's the great thing. You can restrain her, clamp her mouth shut, and still do
and
chest.
Galdrien's
that's
gonna
true.
try to get to the house. Maybe his lunar storm blood allows him in or something. He doubts it, but
Yeah, so Cree transforms back into a cat, hops up on your shoulder, and you make your way through the compound, get to the point where Rhys bounced off, and you just hear this horrible, terrible meow from behind you as Cree bounces off whatever it was as you pass through it.
sorry. It looks like I can get in and you can't.
She transforms back into herself and is sitting on her butt. He goes, "Come back this way."
He comes back.
And she hands you a recording stone.
Thank you. And he's gonna go in as quickly as he can.
Yeah, when you look back, you can see her bounding off in a different direction.
Right.
Cat or person?
Cat.
And then he's
Probably
probably
either
gonna try to get in through a window.
Yeah, so you get in through a window. You were here a couple of days ago, and the house appears to be in exactly the same condition. There is a fire burning in one corner of the house. There is a table with food that looked like it was fresh, more or less, that has been picked up and slammed against a wall.
Is the food still fresh?
Yes, it looks like it was just made. There are claw marks, burn marks, all kinds of stuff throughout the house.
Did you not catch the fact that the fire was still burning in
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
corner?
And there is a crater in the center of the room containing your father's body.
Did they just put a stasis spell around this entire thing?
Yeah, does that seem like a stasis spell of some sort?
Sounds like a good magic check.
All right.
Be sure you're moving around right now.
Intelligence?
Yeah, to identify.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Does not appear that way.
I don't have any. I'm going to investigate my father's body.
Yeah, you look over the edge. The blood has not dried fully on the ground. It's still seeping out of some of his wounds, and he looks as dead as the last time you saw him.
The blood is still seeping from his wounds. I don't need a medicine check to know that that shouldn't be happening. He's been dead for 2 days. There shouldn't be any more blood. Going to see.
We've killed enough people to know that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you bleed out real fast.
You can come out now. You're not dead, are you?
There's no response.
Okay, and Galdrien is going to look at the wound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he is scorched and ripped up, and at least one point in his torso there is a hole blown right through him.
Right. Going to investigate the burns, see if they seem like dragon fire.
So what I'll give you is that the items he is wearing are clearly magical, or were clearly magical. They have been damaged by the fire that hurt him, which means it had to be either a magically generated flame or dragon fire.
Right. And the claw marks, do they seem particularly draconic?
If you put your hand up to measure, or your lute, or your sword, or anything of any significant length, each of these claw marks is probably about 3 feet long, and
So something large.
maybe like 3 or 4 inches wide.
Looking at where the scorch marks are on the walls, does it look like the fire was coming down? Or
For the most part, yes.
okay. And then looking at the looking up on my father's person, do I find any belongings or anything like that?
You find probably the only thing that's left untouched is a magic wand.
Gonna take that and pocket it and say, how is this? This doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, I have to share this to the Saturday crew.
And then he's going to he's going to look at the points of entry real quick to see where it looks like anything might have come in besides him.
If you examine the whole bottom floor, you don't see anything. If you examine the top floor, there is a upstairs window that looks like something big grabbed onto the windowsill and broke it open. So there's just 2 gigantic handprints with claws.
How many fingers does it look like it was?
We'll say 4.
4. Do dragons have 3 or 4?
Depends.
Depends on the dragon. Okay. But it's some sort of large, possibly flying thing. The outside of the house doesn't look like it sustained any damage besides the entry points, right?
Yeah. So the front half of the house looks fine. The back half of the house, if you stick your head out the back that window and look either way, this looks like the only thing that has been damaged.
Right. And basically the entire path of destruction was there. Any other rooms on this top floor?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of bedrooms.
I'm gonna look in them all.
They all have exactly the same thing, which is a bed, a table, a chair, a small dresser.
Oh, Nutter, I know you had a perfect recreation of the Devil Mother worked and made. You had to have some sort of contingency plan. It had to be something. And Galdrien will look at the sack containing the lamp for a second. No, I should have Rhys when I ask for that. Any other areas, like any passageways, any sort of something that makes it look like this area is being observed?
Observed? No.
Okay.
You do find his office that he led you into. If you open up all the filing cabinets, they're all entirely empty.
Can I try one more time to try to see if maybe there's some something magical going on here. Perhaps at the cost of recoveries.
How many recoveries is it worth? No. Yeah, you can take a look at the different aspects that aren't your father's body.
There we go, that's better. So 10 plus 16, and I'll go with, I'll go with 16, so 20. Physician's training, I think.
Okay.
Or a wandering mercenary, actually, 21.
Yeah, so you've been in towns that were constructed to practice sieges on. So they're very generic, like they were meant to be destroyed, so they weren't all the way finished in some cases, and they were furnished with very basic things. That's what the upstairs reminds you of. Now that you've had a chance to step back, clearly everything on the lower floor was staged for effect.
Including the destruction.
Yes, like it all looks very calculated to be as flashy as possible without actually destroying the stability of the building.
Galdrien's going to go back down to his father's body, and he's going to kneel for a second and say, "You set this all up for me. There's no way you killed yourself to do it, is there? No way you would actually do that. What is it you're trying to teach me?"
You receive no response.
Damn it. Galdrien takes out the lamp and says, "Are you ready?"
The lamp responds, "I wasn't born ready, but close enough."
"I want to speak with my father."
There's a small pause from the lamp.
"I want an hour at least to speak with my father."
And then it says, "You need to be more specific."
"Lord Lunarstorm. And I need to speak with him in, let's see, I wrote it down here. I wish to speak to the conscious, let me rephrase, and not just Lord Lunarstorm. I wish to speak to the soul of Lord Lunarstorm and my mother."
It goes quiet for a second, and then the writing says, "I can't give you something you already have."
"What do you mean I already have it?" "Then perhaps I want them to speak to me. I want a conversation, not one-sided ranting and raving at them because I don't know what they want."
It pauses again and says, "I can't give you what you already have."
"What is it that I have?"
Listen, granting a wish is a very specific effect, and it's done by sensation, and that is the sensation I get. It's difficult to explain. It's like explaining how you breathe. Also, I think this is the most I've ever written on the side of this.
It's very small. It's hard to read.
Well, the sentences disappear after a second or two.
All right, then I'm not going to use my wish on myself or any of this. I'll have to figure this all out on my own because nothing in fucking Hycosia makes any sense.
There's a pause from the lamp, and it says, actually, it kind of does if you stop thinking about things.
Galdrien's going to sit down and stop thinking for a second.
Okay?
No, that didn't help.
Well, what would Iacus do?
Well, I can't punch a corpse, can I?
I mean, you can.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
It may not be useful.
All right. We'll put a pin in that.
It might not do any good. It already has a hole in it.
Can you at least tell me, is my father actually dead?
Is that what you wish?
Oh, damn it. No. You know what? No, I'll just be direct about this. I wish to know the true names of everyone who has been commissioning duels against me.
There's a pause, and the lamp says, is this what you wish?
Yes.
And then it just says, done.
Do I know the names?
The lamp crumbles to pieces, and in the crumbles is a scroll.
I pick up the scroll and I look at it.
So there are at least 100 duels commissioned, and all of them have one name
Oh, shit.
at the end of it. The Sky Dweller.
I look at all the names of all the people that are commissioned to duel me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize any of them?
No, because there are no names attached to them. It is a list of duels with your name filled in. There's Rincewind the Blade. There is Genie of the Lamp. And then the rest are question marks down the line. And I'll say the date is also on there. The date of commission. And they were all commissioned on the day you got into Hycosia.
Do you enjoy toying with me? Apparently you can hear me, so...
Another duel gets added to the bottom of the list.
So what, you want me to kill all of these people? I'm not fighting them. I didn't even want to fight that one. I sure as hell didn't know I was fighting the genie. How many more times? If there's something you want to tell me, then just tell me. You don't need to send people to duel me.
Scroll grows by about an inch as 5 more names are added to it.
Any pattern to the names at all?
I mean,
They
you
don't
don't
even
see
have
them.
name.
You just see the question marks.
Okay.
Just 5 new lines with Galdrien, name, date, commissioned by the Sky Dweller.
Right. Right then. If there's any part of you that truly ever loved me or mother, then the least we can do is talk. On the other hand, perhaps I didn't need to meet my father. He gets up and he dusts himself off. If you were there when I was growing up, you never made your presence known. I simply assumed that you were someone who had a weak pull-out game. I didn't take it personally. It wasn't until you inserted yourself back in my life that you made me care. You made me care about the people who are going to get hurt. I don't know what you want me to do, so I'm going to do things my way. And with that, Galdrien's going to walk out the front door.
Yeah. You walk out the front door. You can see your people. They've moved. Guards are still flying overhead. And one of them spots you. 4 or 5 of them land basically as close to you as they can. And they kind of look at each other. One of them, taps that invisible field with his spear. Look at each other. One of them just kind of, hey, over here. And gestures to Galdrien to walk over.
No, you, Mir. Galdrien says this. So help me, I will put my father's body on a string and dance him around like a puppet if that's what it takes.
Takes to do what?
Yeah.
If you have something to say, you can say it through the barrier.
I think I said it. Go over here so we can arrest you. Pretty straightforward.
I mean, I can just sit in here and eat food that has been sustained by some sort of magic field for perpetuity.
Are you gonna sit down and pout too?
Yeah, one of the guards is like, oh, he's got us there. The other one's like, no. Please?
I'm only going to speak to my father.
Well, who's your father?
Who's your daddy?
And what does he do?
His name is Lord Lunarstorm, and he fucks with people.
Well, I regret to inform you that Lord Lunarstorm is dead.
Perhaps you know him by another name.
Go on.
I want to speak with the Sky Dweller.
One of the guards looks at the other one and goes, nope, I'm out. And the 3 other guards look at you and say, get in line? That's not within my capacity to deliver.
Then I want to speak with whoever is in charge here, and don't tell me the captain.
I mean, she's probably the closest person in charge. Do you still not want to speak with the captain?
Not until the job's done. I will only speak with Alexis.
One of them looks at each other and says, Alexis, who's that? And
T-Boy.
Oh, T-boy. Yeah.
And I want no other people around.
Okay, but I'm only doing this because we literally have no other option. I really...
You're damn right you don't.
I want you to know, we have no option here.
You're damn right you don't.
One of the guards takes off, comes back about 2 minutes later with a very screaming Alexis, who gets set down. It's like stops screaming long enough to vomit and then starts screaming again. He realizes he's on solid ground. Oh, thank you. And then just lays flat with his face pressed up against the ground.
Galdrien's going, get up, guards.
He stands up, gives you a salute. Oh. And just pukes again.
Right, get it all out of your system now because I have good news.
Excellent. What is it?
The captain wants to see you in her quarters. Alone. Be discreet about it.
Oh, that's good.
She's waiting for you.
I need to brush my teeth.
Here, and Galdrien reaches from his pack and pulls out his. There's no time. You need to go there, and you need to present yourself with more confidence.
And less tea.
She also hates tea.
Why did she keep taking it?
I think because she didn't want to be rude.
Oh. Okay. He goes to reach for whatever you're handing him.
I imagine there's
Bumps into the barrier.
no. Galdrien will reach a hand with one hand since Alexis isn't trying to arrest him, and hand it over to him across the barrier. He gives him like a little, I imagine some like travel mints or something like that. Galdrien's got to keep his breath fresh somehow.
He pops 4 or 5 of them. It's like, is that it?
That's it. Go. Oh. Don't fuck up. Most well-paying gig ever.
Easiest job ever.
I'm going to give him inspiration.
Easiest 100 silver you've ever made.
Easiest 2 gold I've ever
He's gonna give that extra D6. Wink.
Yeah, he runs off, falls over a couple of times, stands back up, and you see him like put his arms out for balance until he gets his balance. And runs
Tell
up.
her you're in need of disciplining.
You say that, and he stops dead in his tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The other guards.
You know what you're getting into.
The other guards are looking at you.
And hey,
So
all right.
we can arrest you now.
Yes.
Okay, well you have to come over on this side.
I'd like to speak to my lawyer.
But
And what? Rhys pops out.
I was gonna say the 4 of you can see this all going down.
Yeah, we're probably hiding in a bush.
Yep.
We're peeking out like questions. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a brand new topiary that's just Saiyna with looted bushes that she's strategically placed around herself.
and Galdrien will step out and put his hands up.
Wow, he really is that dumb, isn't
Yes.
No need for that. But we're gonna have to take your weapon
Mm-hmm.
and your instrument
Mm-hmm.
and your bag
Mm-hmm.
he?
and your shirt.
Don't push your luck.
Rhys will actually come forward and say, I am this man's legal counsel. He is going to cooperate with everything that you ask.
A guard lands right nearby you and just grabs you. You're under arrest.
I am my own legal counsel.
Well, they say only a fool has himself as a lawyer.
I am both.
He goes to pull out a set of manacles, like looks at you, looks at the manacles. I'll just hold on to this one.
I mean, there's no need. not going anywhere. I wouldn't have revealed myself as this man's legal counsel, but I felt that I was needed.
Rhys, you could have just... I'm not paying you enough for you to get arrested.
It won't be the first time, and it won't be the last.
When you say that, the guard says, "How much is he paying you?"
That's confidential employee.
I think
Fine.
it's pretty relevant to the situation.
Can you reach in my pocket, guard?
A different guard reaches into your pocket.
Take that silver and give it to him. Or that gold and give it to him.
You're, I'll just hold on to that.
No, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think you can just take my money.
I mean, it's basically bigger than he is.
How do you travel with money anyway?
I have a special bag.
Put it in a special bag.
Wait a minute. Let's define what the special bag is. Hold on.
The guard opens his hand with you standing in it and takes the gold coin.
Hold on.
How much is a gold in relation to a silver?
I think it is
I think you said 100.
100.
Hey, yeah.
So he very gently puts it in your bag and then goes, I mean, is a gold worth being arrested over?
Well, I mean, as Lord Lunarstorm's representative, protecting his heir is worth far more than a gold. That's just, icing on the cake at this point, but I made far more than a gold on this.
Yeah.
By the way, as Lord Lunarstorm's representative, I'd like to speak to the manager, captain, whoever was higher than the captain.
The captain's going to be busy.
But yes, if you value your job, I highly suggest you not manhandle us. You don't have to take his things. We'll cooperate. We'll go wherever you need, but...
He says, that's kind of a lot of trouble. I'm just going to escort you to the gate.
Okay.
And we'll forget about this whole thing.
I'll open up my bag and pull out that gold coin and say, for your trouble, because you are such a well-informed guard and providing great service, I appreciate you. This is a token from Lord Lunarstorm's legal counsel.
He looks at you, looks at the other guards, looks back at you, looks at the other guards.
You can split that out with the other guards, but I don't have anything else on me right now that I'm willing to break.
Get yourself some...
Sure. And he takes the gold coin. Looks at the other guys.
Fine. I'll reach in and grab a gold coin for each of them. That is for your service. This is for their service as I send them over to collect my friends.
Which one of you made a guy explode?
One of the guards raises a hand.
What did he look like? Or she? Or...
I don't know.
You just made them explode?
I mean, our sentry on the ground identified danger and singled that person out, and when we shot them, they exploded.
All right.
It doesn't normally happen.
Where'd they take the body?
I think you mean pieces.
Pieces.
There really wasn't that much left of it.
Yes, but who was it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know.
Don't know.
Listen, we're trained to shoot first, second, third, and fourth, and then ask questions.
But you didn't shoot me.
Well, I think they wanted to, but there was a barrier in the way.
Yeah. Well, really, we were told to arrest you. Actually, you're under arrest. Why are you asking questions?
I thought you were just taking me to the gate.
No, I'm taking him to the gate.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Fine, I've got another coin. If your service could allow me to escort my client to the legal office where I can...
That sounds an awful lot like bribery.
No, absolutely not. I would not ever do that. You, sir, have exploded people and done an Admirable job. I'll roll it. I guess.
Oh, the guy just takes off with you.
How they're escorting you to the gate.
Is he coming along?
No.
It's okay. I want to see who ordered me to be arrested.
We are still topiary.
That's a nat 20, though, to try and convince him to bring my friend along.
And once he lands you outside the gate, you spend a good long time doing so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Meanwhile,
Waste of a nat 20.
excellent.
Yeah, I could have used some.
You're the number one lawyer in town.
Meanwhile, Galdrien is marched to the barracks.
And some topiary follows them
Yeah.
at a discreet distance.
A small cat, a very, very large statue, leaf-covered statue, and a small gnome in various stages of stealth follow you up to the barracks, where you are clapped in irons and all your stuff is put on a table. And a couple of sergeants come and just start asking you questions.
Galdrien's been arrested before.
At least you're not butt naked.
What sort of questions are they asking?
Just really, like, they're asking you about specific incidents, like the explosion yesterday. They ask you about it. They start asking you about like various attacks on lunar storm interests. How long have you been in Hycosia? Who have you? Can you provide us a list of every person you've interacted with? Where did you buy this jacket?
Where did you buy that jacket?
It was given to me by a tiefling.
Oh, so you admit to having ties with devilish powers?
Absolutely. I have ties to a lot of powers. I have ties to draconic powers. I've drunkenly made out with a celestial.
They kind of look at each other like, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna need to hear that story in detail.
It was a spin the bottle, and I rigged it so that it would land on Bastia.
This goes on for hours. What do Jola and Saiyna do?
Sneak. There is now a new statue next to the
At one point,
barracks.
Galdrien's like, "Look, this is just going to be so much easier if you just let me use the loot."
One of the sergeants looks at the other one and is like, can I be the bad one this time? Go ahead. And he just keeps two eyes on Galdrien while he pushes the loot off the table. What do you have to say about that?
My father would absolutely despise you.
Who's your father?
The man in that house who has a hole in his chest.
They look at each other.
Oh, Lord Lunarstorm.
No, Lord Lunarstorm is dead.
Yes, he's my father.
He had a kid? And they kind of look at each other. Should we tell somebody about that? That seems kind of important. And both of the sergeants, like, you go find one captain, I'll go find the other. And they just split.
Is there anybody else in the barracks?
Yeah, there's a couple of soldiers milling around, guards who are just kind of watching sort of disinterestedly.
Galdrien, are we all cool? We all cool?
One of the guards raises a hand.
So you're cool?
He goes, how do you rig a game of spin the bottle? Asking for a friend.
Magnets.
How do magnets work?
It was really just to see. It was really just to see how she would react to it. Wasn't expecting her to actually follow through on it.
goes back to eating.
You have a magnet. There's a north end and a south end, and you can use that to your advantage. Just be very sneaky about it. People don't like it when you cheat at games like that, even if there's no money involved. Galdrien's just going to try to distract them as best
You
he
said
can.
it was hours.
Yeah.
Rhys, having been escorted out, he's actually going to try and seek a court injunction with one of his friendly judges to rescind his client into his custody.
I'll let you put that natural 20 towards that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes.
So it probably takes a long while, but yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten dark.
Saiyna and Jola are probably arguing whether or not to just bust in there.
I'm telling her not to.
And I'm like, but they should not recognize me.
But they're not hurting him just yet.
I was not going to hurt them.
Why don't... But we want the captain to come in. We need to see who's in charge.
How long ago did they go get when those two guys left?
Easily like 2 hours.
Well,
I like to imagine how Galdrien is like showing the soldiers like how to like a bunch of like dice games and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're making friends, aren't you?
Yeah, he's probably making friends with the soldiers.
Yeah, at some point, like one of the soldiers lets Galdrien out of the manacles to teach them some new dice game.
I played this one in the Sun Chaser Sovereignty. You can try to bet on certain things, but you never do that. It's very unreliable. Dice are traitorous little fuckboys.
And then at a certain point, there's just a change of the guards, and Galdrien is left sitting alone, unmanacled on a bench with all of his stuff nearby.
Now
I'm going
you
in.
can go in.
I'm going in.
Now you can. Yes.
Oh, thank you for your permission.
Well,
I'm just gonna
it
bust
was
in.
dumb to do it in the middle of everybody there.
I am no longer listening to you, and I'm just busting in.
Oh, hi, Saiyna. Sorry to.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I mean, scratched up my loot, but
How dare they? I think I know some polish that will get that right out.
I wouldn't mind if you took that one guy and dislocated his arms, but everyone else is pretty cool.
Which one?
There's one of the sergeants.
The ones that have been gone for hours?
Yes. So, why did people not... Well, actually, I should ask you, is my father the Sky Dweller?
Would I know this shit?
Has anyone seen the Sky Dweller that you know of? Because I just went in that building. My father's body is still in the same exact shape it was. He's still bleeding.
He's oozing still?
He's still oozing. The fire is still burning. The food's still fresh. The entire place was set up for my benefit. I don't even know if the man's really dead.
Does this track with what Saiyna knows about Lord Storm?
I mean, he's always been pretty straight with you.
This is odd. So very odd.
And then I asked that lamp if I could speak with the soul of my father and my mother, and said that I'm already doing that.
I mean, on one hand, you are the product of your father and your mother.
And the Sky Dweller is the one that's been sending all these duels after me.
What?
Yeah, you hear, what? There's Cree sitting on the edge of the table.
Yes, how's this for some absentee parental bullshit? And Galdrien puts the scroll.
Wait, go back a bit. You've got a magic lamp?
I think he had a magic lamp.
Yeah, sort of wasted that one.
What did you wish for?
And Galdrien puts out the scroll. It's like,
Don't know. What did you wish for?
I wished to know the true name of the person who's been commissioning duels against me.
Is that the only thing you wished for?
That is the only thing I wish for, right?
I mean, you wish for several things. It's just that's what.
That's the only one that took, though.
No, these things are very specific. Was that your first wish?
I wished to be able to speak with the soul of my mother and my father, and I was told that that was something I already have.
Okay, so what do you have? Is there anything that, like, I know you're a magic-y guy. Can you talk with the dead?
I've never been able to speak with the dead that I'm aware of.
Okay. Help me out here. What other magic-y things let you talk to people?
A magic lamp.
Well,
Just that away. When did you use it to make the world a better place? What fuck me, I guess.
can I see your bag?
Yeah, and Galdrien hands over his bag.
And she just flips the lid and dumps everything out. You have very fancy underwear.
Doesn't chafe.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. About that time, Rhys comes marching through with with a scroll of injunction. I cast objection,
Objection!
and he's got a small parade of guards around him.
You will unhand this man at once.
There's nobody around him except Saiyna, Jola, and Creepy.
I'm still coming barging in, like throwing it down and being like, ha!
Hi, Rhys.
Yeah, you put the scroll down and you slam it down on a bunch of Galdrien stuff that's been emptied on a table.
I looked at the stuff. Is there anything there that wasn't there or that seems strange?
So there's all your clothes.
All my clothes.
You tell me what's in your stuff.
All my clothes, some spare strings for the loot because they keep breaking.
Well, you're hitting the G-string too hard.
Yeah. Some travel rations, a whole bunch of sheet music.
Bottle of linseed oil.
What?
Bottle of linseed oil for your loot.
Yeah, he picks up the sheet music. And it's like, and it's like flipping through it, like reorganizes it. And she's like, yeah. Takes a page, flips it over.
That's upside down.
And she goes, I really wish I could read music.
It's okay. It's not a crucial skill for everyone.
Guys.
Yes. I know you've gotten me unarrested. They weren't really. I don't see anything else in my belongings that. And Galdrien reaches in his pockets and like, if he doesn't feel anything there, he looks down his pants and.
You weren't needed.
Looks down his pants. Nope, same as always.
You hadn't gotten them out. I was very needed.
So
You weren't needed.
You're both very needed. You're both very pretty.
sitting on the table under some sheet music is a long, thin jewelry box.
Huh. Wait. And Galdrien reaches for the jewelry box.
It's got a necklace with 2 rings in it that have been fused together.
And Galdrien holds it in his hands like, damn it. Can you at least answer me this time? And he puts on the necklace.
There's a brief pause, and you hear your mother's voice go, about what? It's not easy getting a bridge to the land of the dead, Galdrien. I do hope you understand how difficult it was to hear all of your conversations and not be able to answer back. Just because you had 1 or 2 or 5 horrible, terrible experiences with cursed magical items does not mean that every magical item is cursed.
Hi, Mom.
Also, your father is here and he would like to say something to you.
He's not the Sky Dweller, is he?
You can almost hear the eye roll. Do you think, knowing what I know and having seen some of the creatures that I've seen in my time, that I would let an interplanar magical being put any part of his body in my own?
No. But none of this makes any sense, and I am very, very lost.
Well, we're dead, and you're speaking to us, so we're kind of lost too, and that also doesn't make sense. So, welcome to the party.
So do we all hear this voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So, do I recognize the name Sky Dweller?
Mom, what's your name? Why don't I know that?
Because I didn't want you to have that sort of relationship with me just yet. Listen, elves live a particularly long time, and we haven't, at the time that I perished, entered the mother-son friendship phase of our very, very long life together.
Wasn't long.
I have a slight question. You asked her if your father was the Sky Dweller. She very aptly said that she wouldn't let an extraplanar being stick anything in her. What becomes the next question?
I swear to God, Rhys, if you're asking me if my mother is a Sky Dweller, I'm going to be very, very
I'm
fierce.
not asking you that.
I'm very much dead.
Yes, I at least have memory enough of my mother.
But you're not the Sky Dweller, correct?
No.
I think he just wants to be thorough.
I think he's being very rude.
That's
I
who.
agree.
I'm talking with my dead parents here.
Martha! Sorry.
All right.
You hear a different voice, a very rich. It's deeper than your own, and is not. It is not particularly dissimilar to the simulacrum that you spoke with. He goes, "Hello, boy."
You know, I don't know whether I should call you Lord Lunarstorm or Father at this point. I'm trying to figure out why things happened the way they did.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been there for some time.
How long ago did you die?
Well, let's see. How old are you? Time is different here.
I am 27 years old.
Ah. $27.5 years ago or so.
Wait, you were dead for 6 months?
Well,
I died before the boy was born.
Then who have I been talking to?
That's a very good question. Who have you been talking to?
why is your body still perfectly preserved in that house?
It is still oozing.
You can hear him kind of just... What part of "I've been dead for a very long time" do you not understand?
The part where...
I don't know, because I'm not there.
So, did you ever... So, of course, you didn't try to find me because I wasn't even born yet.
Yes, I expired shortly after we returned to the mainland.
Then who the hell is in that building?
I don't know. Who is?
I don't know either. And why is the Sky Dweller trying to have all these people duel me?
Well, in my experience, there's a couple of reasons why someone would try to duel you. One of them is power. But if that's who commissioned the duels, I imagine power is not the end goal. Another is money. Same. Another is prestige, same. The other is perhaps you are being punished or tested. I know I've commissioned non-lethal duels for some of my employees to teach them lessons. Humility is a great teacher.
But have you ever sent someone who's just really unfit for the job?
Not that Galdrien has any humility.
Oh, I have plenty of humility. I've run out of towns with nothing but a pair of boots covering me.
Ha, same. I mean, so I've heard from friends.
Yes, it was.
You hear the smack.
I was. I did not know she was betrothed.
Same.
Is there another smack?
Yes.
Damn it! How did I? So you didn't set any of this up. You.
No. I mean, had I survived, the plan was to eventually bring you back.
Yes, but not to test me and put me through. Damn! I haven't even been angry at the right person.
I don't know. I'm a little angry at him right now.
Someone has been taking your place.
No. Well, it was a good place to take.
Do you have any idea who killed you? Or did you even die of...
It's a bit fuzzy.
It wasn't dragons or anything like that?
No. Maybe? No.
No?
I'm fairly certain it was not dragons.
Right. Well...
To be fair, he was dying at the time, so...
That, from the individuals I've encountered on this side of the veil, that's how it tends to be. The final moments are... hard to remember.
So...
Makes sense with your light flashing before your eyes and all that.
Then if you have been dead for all this time and someone's been in your place, they have to have been someone that knows things about you, knows your voice, knows your mannerisms. Did you have any seconds or anyone closely involved in your organization that you perhaps would have left things to or would have taken over if you were indisposed?
Well, I suppose technically everything was left to your mother, and you, by extension, but no other family, no... Well, that's not... I was going to say no friends. I was going to surprise a friend of mine within the halfling families by giving him a significant portion of my business holdings.
House of Tabacunan?
Oh, are they still around?
Yes, and long story, but I actually have dealings with them from... Oh gosh, this is an awkward conversation. From another life.
You're talking to...
All right. Two people that are dead. Yes, I realize that.
Correct. It's not so far-fetched.
I went to... I broke the world. I caused the stars to fall from the sky. And all of the gods died. And the devils, and new ones rose to take their place. Went to the astral sea for a while, came back. Things happened, and then the world grew too unstable, and I was then shucked back to this year, and I can remember all of it. This time I didn't break the world. I hope you're proud. Didn't do it the second time.
Yet.
I make big mistakes, but I make them once.
Your mother says, I'm not sure if that deserves a gold star, Galdrien.
No, it absolutely doesn't. And I'm still haunted by the nightmares of the dead who no longer exist.
Well, at least you sound properly contrite.
I'm sorry I broke the universe.
So,
And everyone here is looking at me as if I'm a madman, so.
Eh.
Except Saiyna, she's very pleasant.
I remember her. Fake.
Is it okay if I call her mom too?
Aww.
I'm going to do it anyway, but you're also a mom.
Wait, is she the blue one, or the red one, or the orange one?
Orange one.
Yes, I remember her.
Wait, there was a blue one? And a red one?
Well, we commissioned some elementals to watch over your mother while she was pregnant.
Right. Was the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
What? Do you have a name? Is it?
I don't know that they had actually been around long enough to get a name. Why?
Pleasant
Never
talking,
mind.
but-
Never. No. Never mind. They do. Never mind. It's. I previous life met a blue elemental who specialized in alchemy. It's a long story.
Then no, it probably wasn't that
All right.
one.
Small world and all of that, and been too many coincidences already. So, Father, did you? I was going to speak with House Tabakunan. Do you think one of the other houses has been plotting against you?
Against me? No. Against the individual pretending to be, most assuredly.
All right. So the individual pretending to be you.
Well, it's clearly not me,
It's
unless
because-
I'm pretending to be me. In which
Well,
case
there's a
that is the original.
Did you leave a simulacrum for me?
Yes. But I imagine it would have long since expired. They're only good for a number of hours.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, would you have cast some sort of spell so that only I could enter a building?
I mean, I did have warded buildings in the compound all the time.
But you wouldn't have even known how to cast it so that only I could get through because I wasn't born yet.
And this building is rather new.
So whoever's pretending to be you is still out there, and it appears like they're running your organization like a well-oiled machine, I suppose. But I wish we had more time. I suppose we have all the time we need, but
Well, we're not going anywhere. Your mother pipes in.
is it? I'm glad you're together. Whether that's I hope that's the good place.
Well, it's difficult to describe.
Cozy at least?
At times. Mostly introspective.
There's. I thought I was married for a second. There's.
How'd that turn out?
Uh,
Your father. So, do we have grandchildren yet?
No. It was Jeannie trying to trying to lure me to my demise, I think.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was
I
betrothed.
wasn't sure what was going on. I was only getting bits and pieces.
Yeah, poor woman, Docs. Mother, you knew Docs?
Oh yes, she was lovely.
I brushed her hair fins. She's very kind.
Oh, she must like you, because she doesn't like that.
Oh, well, maybe I did it right.
Sure.
Well, she was almost my wife. It was very weird. It was all an illusion.
Your mother says you could choose worse.
Yeah, she's very lovely.
I'm just glad you didn't pick one of those thuggish types. I'm glad you settled down being a musician and not an adventurer.
I've killed a dragon.
Your father says, now that's something to be proud of.
Also, I may or may not be in a romantic relationship with the heir of one of the houses of the 5-Star Authority and Confederates.
Ha ha! I knew you were going to go somewhere. And your mother says, I also don't know if that deserves a gold star, Galdrien.
He deserves 5.
And in a weird way, almost her sister.
Your father says, I may have to draw the line on that one.
And a devil prince. That was the last life, though. The same with his sister.
Your father says, same. Or so I've heard. Well,
I wish that you could have met them.
we will, eventually.
I'm an elf. We're elves. It's going to take forever.
Listen, Galdrien, your father says, if I've learned anything being dead, it's that you have to be patient to be dead. There's really no other choice.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you were being an asshole, Dad. You're not an asshole. Maybe you are in some
Yes,
ways.
he is. He is.
Not a bad father asshole.
I skipped your teen years, so I imagine this is only well-deserved. You just getting all of those emotions out in one bundle.
No.
It's okay. When I was a teenager, I effectively moved to a different plane and brought back a, forgive me, prostitute as my wife
Different.
when I came back. So,
Mother, you're from a different plane?
well, in effect, Hycosia is different.
Yeah. Are you, have you been to the Astral Sea?
No.
No. It's poisonous and also explosive.
It happens. Your father says, so, not to diminish our time together, but what are we going to do? Rather, what are you going to do? I suppose I'm just an observer.
Well, I was thinking I would find out who is taking your place, and I was thinking then that I would expose them, establish myself as the proper heir to your house, and then find someone capable and trustworthy to bequeath everything to, and see to it that all of the followers of your house are cared for and provided for, and that the people currently under enslavement be freed on the condition with the understanding that they have been kept under false pretenses, given that you are not alive and have not been for some time. And I think figure out exactly what the hell's going on. And then if there's any time left, I would like to try to go and avert a civil war halfway across the continent, but that's going to take some time.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. We'll be here should you need advice, I suppose.
There is one thing I would ask. Dad, Father. House of Tabacunon, who was it that you dealt with there?
Oh, Leonire was a friend of mine.
What, is there something that only you would know, so that if I get a meeting with Leonire or his wife, that I might be able to convince them that I'm your son?
He says, yes. Yes, there is. And he will probably kill you for knowing it. But I'm going to tell you anyway because it amuses me.
That shit's fun.
When we were drinking aboard his ship, I convinced the ship surgeon to give him a small tattoo on his left buttock. He has a very childish looking stuffed rabbit tattoo.
Oh,
Along with it's cuddled next to a heart that has his wife's name in it.
that's actually very adorable.
That is.
Oh, not if you have ever seen it. It looks like a small child did it. And he didn't find out about it until several days later when he sobered up and he tried to sit on his posterior.
Yeah, it's a little frightening how alike we are, despite the fact that I never met you while you were alive.
Well, some things just run in the blood.
And here I thought I got...
Catch me sometime when you're slightly less busy, and I will discuss with you the opera I have been in the process of writing for 20 plus
Those
years.
take forever.
And
I've been working on the same one for 400 years.
you hear him turn to his to your mother and go, "See, he understands."
I had to throw the whole thing out when the world ended.
Your mother says, "Yes, that's fine, but when we were alive, working on the opera did not prevent you from doing the dishes."
Oh, you have to do the dishes.
Well, your mother and I have some things to discuss.
You're both dead, and you get to spend eternity together. Be grateful for that. I know how much you loved her. You built a...
I didn't say that it was all bad stuff.
Who built... Did you build that bordello?
What, Bordello?
Someone built a bordello, just like the one that Mom worked in.
Your mother says, "Is Gilly still alive?"
Gillies? Did I know a Gillies?
Yes, she was the madam
Uh,
of your bordello.
of our bordello. She was last I checked.
Huh.
Haven't seen her in about 10 years, but...
She's right. She did outlive me out of spite.
Spite is a wonderful motivator.
She said she was very complimentary towards you while after you were gone, you know.
Oh, well, that's sweet. She should be along shortly, given her age. I'll be sure to have some words for her.
Well, I'll talk to you both later. I'm gonna...
Just remember, Galdrien, your mother says, not to be indelicate, but we can hear everything that happens around.
Right. So
this
I won't.
artifact.
I won't wear it when when I have 17 halflings and 5 half orcs in a swimming pool. Unless you want to hear that.
Your father says, "You children, and the crazy things you're into these days." And that's where we'll leave it. With this going on, all these guards standing around you, kind of looking confused because they don't know what to do.
And then as the conversation ends, Galdrien says, "Well, you all hear it. Whoever you've been following as Lord Lunastorm is a fraud."
Yeah, and we'll leave off on that note.
That was a thing that happened.
It happened.
Ha! You didn't even kill my parents on screen.
You don't know.
Your thing isn't finished yet. I was gonna say
They're already dead.
I'd hold off on the taunting.
Listen, I've seen Beetlejuice. I can resurrect them just to kill them.
Then they'll just be dead again.
Yeah. Zero net loss for them. Great emotional damage for you.
Only if you play it right.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Well,
I mean, I've seen people's challenge accepted the other night when we went to a Christmas party. I'm not impressed. So,
Gauntlet thrown even further.
Yeah.
down.
Why are you trying to get my parents killed?
they're already dead.
listen, just remember, Ardith's campaign is coming up and you still have relatives.
Yeah.
Many.
If you kill Shannara, I will stab you.
Now I need to figure out why the Sky Singer wants to...
Kill you?
Sky Dweller.
No, he's like, I won't kill your dad this time. Didn't say anything about your sister.
No, it's just as you ride back into the authority, like all of your art supplies will be tossed on a bonfire.
There's always more.
All the
All the art supplies in the world.
yeah, our art will become illegal, punishable by death.
Half the shit Ardith does is punishable by death.
Yeah, I'm like, you've met this character, remember? She has no problem carving her way through things.
Yeah. I mean, if you figure...
Would you
if
like
art,
them?
if art is punishable by death and so is murder, she's just going to make art out of the bodies. Is that really the way you want this campaign to go?
Red.
I
I mean, do you want a murder hobo?
I pretty much already have them. I have four parties of them, as a
An
matter of fact.
intentional one.
Hey, I have yet to kill in this campaign,
I mean, you took a chunk out of Saiyna.
but I did not kill.
With a bad enough roll, it would have.
But I did not kill.
I will note, I have not killed either.
So
Yeah, but you're a lawyer.
all that aside, you guys got anything?
Nope.
Parental issues.
Kind of had this
But
anyway.
wait, there's more.
Turns out you had siblings too.
Gotta kill him now.
I am the only child.
There can be only one.
All right.
It's the lowlander. There's gonna be 20.
Yeah, you had a whole bunch of siblings. They all moved to some caldera somewhere. And they lived in this remote rural village, and
Yeah, about that.
they said that they would never leave even if the whole place exploded.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
And they said they were not afraid of kobolds at all.
I mean,
And that if they ever saw a kobold, they would just shake sticks at it and taunt them and not try to run away.
does it count if you're afraid of a kobold for 2.5 seconds before it eats you?
Yeah. Not afraid. Not afraid.
All right. No,
Kobolds ate my siblings. There's the episode title name.
no, that's the spin-off game we're gonna make.
Speaking of kobolds, I have a note for Iacus and a small kobold, and I don't know why.
Oh, I know what it was.
Okay.
Because I was actually looking at some of the artwork ideas that I had written down, and it was when a kobold was hitting Iacus with flame breath, but was only repeatedly doing 1 damage. So it was going to be Iacus with his hand on the kobold's
Okay,
forehead,
yeah.
and it just had the little 1 damage tick mark going off of it.
Okay, yeah, I just saw the note. I'm like, what was going on here? They're the ones I
He
get.
remembered because I was like, oh. But yeah,
Iacus being a bully.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right.
a bully. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, he just really bulldozes through all the stuff.
He's a monk. That's what they do.
Oh, fuck, we've reached the pun part.
Yep. So speaking of puns, go to the places, do the things, sponsor F-bombs, become a patron,
Thanks for joining us.
tell a friend, write a review, read the show notes.
Laugh your head off
Yeah, do that too.
because we assume we're entertaining.
Give us money.
Please.
Yeah, do the money thing. I like that idea.
Give us money or we'll podcast.
Wait.
No, give us money and we'll stop podcasting.
Wait.
No, that doesn't work either.
Get us to a $69 a month tier, and I'll draw boobs. Maybe I'll even animate them.
See, the ante is
Boing,
upping.
boing, boing.
It's got to have like the
Little
1960s Batman like sound effect
How's that
description.
for a promo?
Boing, boing,
Can,
boing.
can we make that like a tweet? Like, hey, get us to this amount and
And we'll boing, boing.
and our artist will draw boobs.
I mean, I've got the sketch done, mostly. Even though you didn't tell me what race the Bordello one-shot would... The Madam of the Bordello one-shot would have been.
A halfling.
A halfling. Okay. Good.
What I really want to see, well, not really, like, take this with a grain of salt. Beholder.
Behold her doing what?
Well, considering one of the authors I follow has a tiefling character who wants to bang a beholder.
One of those eye rays has to be pleasure.
No, I mean, that's when you cut back to the bordello and they're stabbing the beholder and they're like, where is it?
That's
Where
what happens
is
when you
it?"
pass the con save for the disintegration ray.
It goes from disintegration to pleasure.
Beholder's just trying to make you feel good. Not very good at it.
It's like the dragons that want to hug you with their mouth. Just happens to be full of sharp teeth. All right.
And I saw her face.
Yep. That's all I got before this podcast gets any sillier. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time.
Eddie Sillier?